Hello and welcome. Very good morning. You're watching the latest here on Mirror Now. I am Afrida Rahman Ali. Let's begin with news coming in from the state of Madhya Pradesh, where this time we are looking at a derogatory remark made by a BJP minister, even as the controversy of Kamal Nath's remark on a former cabinet minister has not died down. This is a new issue that has now cropped up ahead of the by-elections in Madhya Pradesh, as BJP, as a woman a minister, in fact a BJP minister in Madhya Pradesh has made this comment. The minister is facing flack for using a derogatory term for the wife of a Congress candidate in a video that went viral. Minister Bisahulal Singh, who heard describing the second word of Congress candidate Vishwanath Singh Kunjam as his mistress. So he was heard describing, as Bisahulal's was heard describing another Congress leader's wife as a mistress. So that has become a major controversy. Now let's listen in to what he said.
निर्वाचन का फॉर्म भरा जाता है तो पूरे संपत्ति का ब्यौरा दिया जाता है, सबका ब्यौरा दिया जाता है, परंतु विश्वनाथ सिंह ने अपने पहली औरत जो वर्तमान में उसका ब्यौरा नहीं दिया है कि मेरा एक औरत और है जिसका शादीशुदा है, औरत का ब्यौरा दिया है। तो उनसे पता लगाओ कि तुम्हारे पुरान वाले औरत कहाँ थे, वो बताओ ना कि मेरा दूसरी औरत है।
Well, responding to the minister's remark, the Congress has slammed the BJP for disrespecting women. Congress has alleged that on one hand, the BJP is holding a silent protest for Kamal Nath's remarks, but on the other hand, one of their own, and that too a minister, has made such a disparaging remark. Let's listen in.
कांग्रेस प्रत्याशी की पत्नी के बारे में आप शब्दों का इस्तेमाल किया और वो मध्य प्रदेश सरकार में मंत्री भी हैं बीजेपी के प्रत्याशी के साथ। उनको किसी भी महिला के बारे में इस तरीके के शब्दों का उपयोग नहीं करना चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को उनको पद से हटा देना चाहिए और मंत्री पद से इस्तीफा ले लेना चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक तरफ तो धरना देती है महिलाओं के सम्मान में और दूसरी तरफ उन्हीं का मंत्री आज ही की डेट में वहाँ पर एक महिला की वहाँ पर टिप्पणी करके बेइज्जत करता है।
Well, so this is the kind of discourse that is currently on in Madhya Pradesh, and each time a new low is reached with the kind of sexist remarks that is coming out of political leaders. First, it was former Congress Chief Minister Kamal Nath referring to a woman candidate in an extremely derogatory manner using unparliamentary language. Now it's a BJP minister referring to the wife of another candidate as a mistress. So that's the level of discourse we are talking about in Madhya Pradesh. And now, of course, the Congress has come out strongly against that remark. Congress has alleged that on one hand, BJP is holding a silent protest for Kamal Nath's statements. On the other hand, one of their own has made this remark, which has breached all levels of dignity and decency. This is literally infringing upon the modesty of a woman, and it is a verbal abuse. So clearly, Congress has now decided to hit out at BJP minister's sexist slur. Prior to this, viewers would recall that former Chief Minister Kamal Nath called a cabinet minister an item, and in fact he has not apologized. He seems remorseless. We also tried to get a reaction from Kamal Nath on this, but he has not in any way denied that he made such a comment, or in fact also issued any kind of tendered any kind of apology. So that's the situation. Govind is joining us live now with more inputs on the story. Govind, it seems that on both sides, I mean, there are these leaders who do not have the basic dignity and decency when it comes to referring to a woman. Give us more details about the latest case. What exactly was said, which is completely derogatory towards the spouse of a Congress leader?
Afrida, look, in Madhya Pradesh, the sorry fight has started. Both sides are adamant on their own side. If we talk about Kamal Nath is still not be agree for saying sorry to Imarti Devi for the word which was quite derogatory one, referring to Imarti Devi as an item. On the other, Imarti Devi is also adamant, and when Times talked to Imarti Devi said that she will make Kamal Nath to say sorry under any of the circumstances. Otherwise, she'll will go for taking the legal action against Kamal Nath. And Kamal Nath has also received the direct notice from Women Commission, National Women Commission, to submit his declaration or the clarification about the word he used for a minister in Madhya Pradesh. And we understand that there are two aspects of the whole story, the personal one and the second one is political one. In personal one, we can understand that in civic society, no one can digest such kind of derogatory comments about women by anyone else. On the other, if we talk about the political meanings of this whole sequence is running in a quite controversial way. BJP is definitely trying to take the political mileage. As you know that BJP is poll-wind state here. The election on 28 seats by-election, which is quite decisive one, will decide whether the Shivraj government will continue in Madhya Pradesh or not. So this is what we can understand. This controversial sequence is having two aspects, personal and political, and both are just being continuous in their own way. But the big thing is that the sorry fight is still endless and both sides are still adamant on their own side.
Absolutely. So by-polls for 28 assembly seats in Madhya Pradesh will be held on the 3rd of November. Ahead of that, as Govind is pointing out, the level of discourse is really pathetic at the moment. Real issues are not being discussed. Leaders are busy making extremely derogatory personal comments against each other. Thanks for joining us with your inputs, Govind.